I forgot to mention, James is also secretary of this committee. And he's made it a whole new position in terms of filing reports to the state, stuff we never did before.
Well, thank you. And you're lucky I forgot that mute button. So. My name is James Knox. Just like Charles, I'm running for House District 47. Last year I ran for City Council, barely lost, less than 2%, and it seemed pretty evident to me. It's kind of the Lord pointing me towards affecting change for more people. In my mind, Montana right now is desiring principled representation that will stick to supporting our Constitution, a prosperous economy, lowering taxes, lowering the size of government, supporting family values, and making sure that our individual freedoms are not only secured, but enhanced. In other words, taken back. We're at a really, crossroads in time where everything's being taken away from us that's important to us, like family values, medical marijuana, etc. The ability to have a prosperous economy. We can't be drilling the oil we want, the coal we want. And these are the type of jobs that we have here that can turn our economy around tomorrow. We have mill levies that we just voted on, to put $12 million max into the school district, when in reality, we're structured much like Wyoming, where our natural resources have a high percentage of that tax that goes towards education. We could be like Wyoming, where we could have plenty, more than plenty, of money that could go towards building new schools, paying teachers more, putting computers in the schools, all the related programs from football to acting, and you name it. But we don't embrace natural resources. We don't embrace our state. We need to change that. We also have a lot going on with our states' rights. We need to take back our states' rights. We started last legislative session with the Made in Montana Gun Act. We now have the Freedom Healthcare Act and several other healthcare related bills that we're going to put forth that we need principled people to stand up strong and say, no federal government. No, we need the ability to choose. So in summary, that's pretty much what I'm about, is taking our state back and being strong. Now, on a personal level, I own KBS Computers. I've owned a couple other businesses. As a business owner, I understand the struggles that a business owner has, businesses have right now. And they keep saying in the press that, oh, the economy's getting better. No, it's not. Honestly, Billings hasn't been hit nearly as hard as New Mexico, as Arizona, other places that I do business in. As having been an employee, I know that I've worked in other states where employees have it much better off. A right-to-work state gives a lot of opportunity for both employers and especially employees, because it pushes employees or people to better themselves instead of just accepting the status quo. It also allows employers the ability to hire someone and take a chance when they don't have to think about, well, this guy doesn't work out and I let him go in 3 months, it's going to raise my unemployment rates and everything else. Montana is not a friendly state to business whatsoever. With the second highest workman's comp rates, we really need to do something about it. Recently, there was a seminar on the variety of tort reforms that legislation could look at. They had very few suggestions. I myself have contacted multiple workman's comp suppliers or sources, and there's all kinds of things we can do to embed our rates. Our current system does not promote employees getting back to work as soon as possible. It doesn't promote not suing your employer. Our current system does promote lawyers taking on cases that, knowing if they win, they'll get paid over and above. So a small case, and most of the, quote, fraud is under $60,000, which it's not worth the insurance companies actually pursuing or checking out. The obvious cases like you know, you cut your hand off in a logging accident or things like that. That's obvious workplace comp related items, and you know who's at fault and all that. It's the things like, well, supposedly I slipped on the ice, or I fell out of my wheelchair, you know, in the restroom, things like that. That who's to say, you know, how much damage actually was? It can be exploited and has been traditionally exploited.